where do we start in this episode? Oh my goodness, so it carries on from the greatness of Todoroki and Deku. And I love that we saw a recap of that. Honestly guys, I cannot tell you how many times I rewatched that episode this week. Like, it was just phenomenal. And this morning I actually read a blog, because it was on Reddit, so I read a blog about all the animators that were in it. And all these legendary animators, they were just bringing them in. All for that episode last week. It just shows you the amount of care that Studio Bones actually puts into this series, and it's so relieving that what I loved about this last week's episode the most, I'm not going to talk about it that much, but what I loved about it is, especially from a manga fan and a reviewer of this series, it was amazing to see such an amazing response from everyone. Just in the whole anime manga community, everyone was just praising that episode. They were saying it's amazing. I saw people saying like, yeah, this is my favourite series. This has come up to my top 5. It was just so phenomenal. And just me seeing that and witnessing that, it's just a moment I'm not going to forget. Like, you don't forget those big moments in anime. And you don't forget the reaction of everyone's opinions and thoughts to that moments as well. So I thought it was just phenomenal. Now this episode is just lit. It just drops the bombs and everything. First of all, I want to talk about All Might and the fact that he used to be quirkless. Like, mind blown right there. So All Might was quirkless, and I just want a flashback, because the thing is, in this episode, it was kind of seeming like All Might was basically saying, oh, I saw a bit of me in you, and I'm just like, bro, I want to see young All Might. I want to see him as a kid. I want to see if he was as brash and if he was as like mad as Deku, if he was as like timid. And it's just interesting. I doubt All Might was like the complete mirror copy of Deku, but it'd be cool to see the parallels. You know, when All Might was kind of a student in UA, it would be cool to see the parallels between Kid All Might and present Deku. I think that would be pretty cool if we got a flashback about that. But other than that, we saw a little bit of we saw a screen of All Might's mentor. Now, for you anime viewers, I'm not going to go into that. You know, I don't want to spoil all that, but she just looks absolutely phenomenal. She looks cool. Like, she just looks amazing. Even though we didn't see anything like to her, it was just like All Might said that my mentor raised me up. So it's pretty cool that it just shows you, like, you don't need to be a quirk to become a hero. A quirk is not the underlying factor, which is just like, okay, you can be a hero, because we see an evidence of Deku and we see it evidence of All Might. All Might was quirkless, but he still had that drive, he still had that heart and that passion to help people. So obviously All Might's mentor, All Might's teacher was like, okay, you've got the qualities of being a hero, but you don't have a quirk, so let me bestow one for all onto you so you can become the hero. So I just, like, that was beautiful right there, and I just loved it. Now, okay, like, Stain. We gotta talk about him. How hyped did he look in this episode? It was just absolutely phenomenal. There's one bit that I want to talk about. I can't even speak because I'm so hyped. There's one bit that I want to talk about first, and that is when Ida gets the phone call from his mum. And Ida's mum's just like, your big brother got caught by a villain. And just the change in shift, like, everything gets dark, the OST comes on and it's like an eerie sound, and you just see Stain, and I'm just like, yo, that is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not going to go too much into detail because I don't want to spoil you guys, but I just want to give you one thing, and it's not a spoiler, but when I was reading the manga, Stain was, like, this whole thing with Stain, that was the thing which made me truly love this series. Like, I know that for a lot of people it was the sports festival. Yeah, I love that. Like, I love the fight between Todoroki and Deku and all, and like Bakugou and Todoroki. All of that was hype. But it really was seeing Stain. Like, Stain's presence in the series and the whole arc and everything about him, that really made me think, okay, this series is top 5. Like, I absolutely adore this series. So you guys are in for a good show, and it's just, I can rest at ease right now, because I remember when we got season 2 announced, people were thinking, is it going to be 12 episodes again? Is it going to be 24? And this was the big fear of mine, because I was thinking, if it's 12 episodes, we're not going to get Stain. Like, we won't get to see this greatness of a villain. but then I'd feel like the sports festival would have been too rushed. So this 24 episodes is so awesome because I think it's such a massive containment of fun and hype, because you're getting fights like Todoroki and Deku, you know, Bakugou and Uraraka in the future. Next week episode, Bakugou and Todoroki. But then we're gonna get stuff with Stain and stuff. So and also it seems like, you know, Shigaraki and what's his name, Kurogiri, which he's called. What is he called? Not Black Mist. Why am I thinking Black Mist? Is that it? No, it's not Black Mist. I can't remember his name, his villain name. But you know who I'm talking about, Kurogiri, the teleportation guy, and Shigaraki. So like, it seems everything's coming together. Like, we're gonna get the villain alliance back. So I'm just so happy that season 2 is gonna be such a massive, like 24 episodes. It is a lot, but it's just crazy because like when season 2 is done, you're going to have all of this in season 2. Like, season 1 was cool, you know, setting up the stage and all that kind of thing. Then season 2, a hell of a lot of things happen. So imagine, like, when you get the Blu-ray, when you get the DVD or whatever, you'll be like, wow, in season 2, this, and this happened. Like, it's just pretty cool in my opinion. Now, enough from all of that, you know, enough from all of that fan reaction kind of stuff. This episode, you know, what I loved about it was definitely Recovery Girl, and Recovery Girl, you know, says to Deku, use this as a remembrance, and we see Deku's hand, and Deku's hand is crooked. You see the scars and everything, and it's the aftermath of the fight between Deku and Todoroki. And as I said, it really does bring in the discussion. I think I started it last week. Is Deku's actions like? Is it valid? Is it right that he's doing it? And Recovery Girl says something along the lines to All Might, don't praise him for his actions, because his actions they're too hurting on himself. It's too much. It is. And it's dangerous as well. We see the effect. Let's say if Deku continues going on like this, what happens if he does even more detrimental damage to, like, I don't know, his legs or something, his arms, his back? Like, it really is limitless if Deku keeps going on this way, and this is why it had to be solidified in this episode. Deku needs to find a new way to use his quirk. He needs to find a way to control it without breaking his bones, and, you know, it is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of hard work, because that's pretty much been the whole it's not the focus, but it's pretty much been the issue throughout the whole series so far. Boku no Hero, Deku's been thinking, how can I control my quirk? How can I, you know, release it without hurting myself? And it seems like in some moments he has, but it's been temperamental, because during his fight between Todoroki, when he was punching Todoroki in the gut, Deku was just like, imagine the microwave, don't let it burst. And it seemed okay. So, you know, there's some times where it works, but he hasn't got complete control over the quirk yet. And that's what definitely needs to happen. It definitely needs to be established. So aside from that, this episode was absolutely hype. It was so phenomenal. A lot of things were happening, you know, we were ending a lot of the fights. We were seeing stuff between Todoroki and Ida. That kick, like, Todoroki, I'm surprised you're still standing up from that, because oh wow, when I watched that, I was just like, that is a heavy kick. Like, not only did he get hit to the ground, you heard him like cough up and everything. I was like, bro, that's gotta hurt. Like, that is some damage right there that Ida was coming in. So like, I was just feeling for Todoroki right there. But it was so cool because, you know, I just realized throughout the whole fight, throughout the whole sports festival, Todoroki has, you know, he's so strategic. He was only showing, you know, wide range attacks. So many people think that he weren't good in close quarter combat. But obviously it's the total opposite, because in this episode he freezes Ida's engines, and I'm just like, bro, that is just so hype. So yeah, these fights are so cool. I really did enjoy you know, like the little fights with like Tokoyami, Bakugou and Kirishima was just absolutely phenomenal. I just loved the romance right there as well. That was pretty cool. But you know, Bakugou's just a tank, and that stun grenade, like, that was so amazing. So I am so excited for the fight between Bakugou and Todoroki, to see what's going to happen, to see, you know, how they fight. Because the thing is, like there's rivalry between Bakugou and Todoroki, but it's more so Bakugou with Todoroki. Todoroki doesn't really have much rivalry, have much hatred and not hatred, sorry. But Todoroki doesn't have feel much competition towards Bakugou. It's more the other way around, and Bakugou's kind of annoyed about that because in the obstacle race, Bakugou's like, you made your declaration of war to the wrong person. So, you know, Bakugou's got a little bit of hatred because it's kind of like Bakugou's thinking, why are you looking down on me? I'm stronger than Deku. You're the one. It should have been me who you should have came up to. So we've got a lot of feelings like that. So it's going to be really cool to see all of that get addressed in this fight. Now, guys, who do you think is going to win? Obviously, manga readers that are watching this, don't spoil it for them. You know, let's not spoil anything for these guys because it's just awesome. And even me myself, when I'm watching, because sometimes I forget as well, so when I'm watching these episodes, you know, it's kind of refreshing as well. It's not like when I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I know what's going to happen next, I know what's going to happen there, they're going to do this. Like, no, because sometimes I do forget, like, I don't have an eidetic memory or anything, so it's pretty cool as well, seeing that too. And I watch it with my brother as well, so he's an anime only too, so it's pretty cool like that. So, yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this episode? What are your opinions on Stain? And the whole thing with Ida, you know, the voice acting for Stain is just awesome. I'm just loving his character. He's really bringing in that eerie nature, and it seems like they're going to be like an alliance with a villain alliance. There's going to be a bit of a forming coalition kind of thing. So that's going to be pretty cool. So guys, let me know your thoughts and comments below. If you like anything I'd say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. And subscribe for weekly reviews of Boku no Hero. You know what I'm saying? Peace out, guys, and goodbye.